Back to another episode of Producergrind Podcast. Carrington and JB Women.
Yo.
KinoBeats in the building. What's good with you, bro?
What's happening, big dog?
Chilling, bro. Shit, we linked up about 3 years ago at John Boy's crib one time. Shout out to John Boy, by the way.
What do, John Boy?
Ain't really seen you since, because you've been going crazy. Europe, Asia, touring everything, and it seems like you really have carved out your own lane. You know what I mean? As a producer, and I haven't really seen any other producers doing it like that, and. So I definitely think that, you got some insight and stuff to shed on the community, in that way and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. When we, of course, when we first linked with John Boy, that's the big homie. I was basically making moves back and forth between Virginia and Atlanta, just the producer grind. Just come to Atlanta for a weekend and see if I can make some moves or whatever, and doing that. And me and Lex, we really we started building in Virginia. He came back from Atlanta. We started building. And, we created this concept and we started doing these shows, and the rest was really history from there.
So, you said concept, it's something y'all plan?
Yeah, it was it was crazy because, a lot of people, which is crazy, but a lot of people don't even realize that Lex is from Virginia. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, when Lex came to Virginia, I was already, in Virginia, I'm a staple to the 7 cities, to the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. So I've recorded all the art. Anybody that say they want to rap or that raps in the 7 cities, they came to my studio. Me and Jay Bray, you know what I mean? And I literally recorded just everybody. And when Lex came back home, he yo, what's going on? Who on the scene? And his people was yo, you got to link with Kino. And we linked, and it was just a concept when they're bro, you produce enough records, just period, where you could go and DJ a whole set, and they would sit and just watch your shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're damn, that's true. And it's yeah, but I fuck with the DJ and shit, but I ain't really going DJ this shit. I'm shit, I learned how to DJ and do the shit, and that's really where it all kind of the whole concept, everything started from.
Got you. So he kind of just wanted to be on stage.
Yeah, it wasn't even a matter of him wanting to be on stage and just getting hype. It was just a matter of shit. So when somebody call your phone and they're hey, bro, we gonna give you a couple $1,000s to come and do this for 1 hour, it's you'll be a fool to say no.
Right.
All right, yeah, he obviously good, but it's shit. All right, yeah, go and get these bands real quick and forget the money. You get to see different parts of the world that how, it's hard for us to be able to even see these different parts, you know what I mean?
What are some of the places you've been?
Paris, I ain't even gonna say city names, every country in Europe between France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, China, Japan, North Africa, Greece, UK, Poland, Prague, everywhere. I've been everywhere in Europe, bro. Every single country.
That's
all
crazy.
of them. Hungary, Sweden, Iceland, all of them.
And all of them are listening to American
all
music.
of them are listening, bro. I'm talking about
that's what
it's so crazy, right? Because I'll be somewhere and we'll be walking and I'll hear a Young Thug record and I'll be hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, and I'll be I'll be what song is that? And they'll be putting me on.
For real?
It's been so many times where somebody showed me a song and I have to Google the song and I see that it dropped 2 or 3 days ago. For real. It just dropped. And I'm damn. And then by the time I get back to the States, folks is just now getting on. And I'm damn, I heard this shit in, you know what I mean, wherever. Matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly what song too. It was a Future song. The one my boy XL did, Future and Young Bands, The Bag. First time I heard that was in China, bro. In Shanghai, China, bro. The day that it came out, they was playing that in a club in Shanghai, China. And I'm what the fuck Future song is this? This shit hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And I got back to the States and realized, damn, this Future Young Bands, it's a song called Bag and da-da-da-da. For real, bro. It's crazy.
So are they singing along with it, or are they just what is it that they're attracted to?
It's half and half. They really love just the American culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's half and half. They love the beat, they love the energy. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. A lot of people they see me go to a lot of these different places. And they're man, I got this artist, man. They fit for that international shit, man. It's bro, it's not you don't carve somebody to be international because they watch our scene. You know what I mean? It's really it's the character. It's they really pay attention to the character of the person. Like if you have that certain bit of animation to you, but it's like, I don't know, like the first thing that popped in my head when I say this is like a little Uzi. You know what I mean? Like it's that certain level of animation to the person where it's just like, oh yeah, you gotta like this, and it's an energy with the music that just that's is natural. It draws to them. You know?
No, it makes sense though.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I know one person you have been linking with is OG Maco, and me and Dylan always talk about this. We're just curious, like, what is it about OG Maco that he has such a big overseas following?
Man,
like, is it because he has that same energy? Is it like that?
It's the energy, and like it's crazy. Like Maco is my brother, bro. Like, again, like first time I met him, like we met in Belgium, bro. We literally the first time we met was in Belgium. I was doing a show with Lex. Maco was there. His DJ couldn't make it, and his manager at the time was just gonna do his set off of like iTunes, and I was like, shit, we play right before y'all, so I'll just keep my shit up and I'll just DJ for you. He's like, all right, fuck it, run it. So, excuse me. We end up doing it, and I DJ for him, and then later on that night, bro, he come to my hotel room, and I'm tripping out. This is like 2016, so I'm like, oh shit, this is OG Maco. I've been listening to all this shit. He come to my hotel room, bro, and it's like 3:00 in the morning, bro, and we sit there and we talk for like 4 hours, bro. And it's like, it's crazy. Like we both had like so much like similar shit going on at the time. And we just talked for like 4 hours, and he was just real, bro. Like we both was like, damn, bro. He like, man, you a real ass nigga. I'm like, nigga, you a real ass. I'm like, bro, I thought you was a completely different type of person, but like not to nothing. Like, bro, just a real person. Like he's really like a genuine person. So we really just built that night, and ever since then, like I just like kind of just moved into the role as his official tour DJ / like official tour manager, you know what I mean? And we just kind of proceeded from there, you know?
And then how did you like, because these last few shows, it hasn't been you DJing for Lex or DJing for OG Maco, it's been strictly Kino. Like.
Yeah, that was again, like that was a thing that came over years of like just kind of staying down, you know what I mean? Like when we first started, of course, like booking the shows, you know, a lot of promoters were booking the shows, and it would just be Lex Luger, you know what I mean? And the show would be Lex Luger, and you're going to the show, and I'd be doing like a majority of the DJing, you know what I mean? And sometimes me and Lex would go like back and forth, but it would be me that would start the DJing, and Lex would do the MCing, and it's like, yo, Lex Luger played da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, yo, okay, so who the hell is this other guy? Right. So it was like, yo, my whole thing was, okay, like let's make it into a concept where it's Lex Luger with KinoBeats, or it's like a group effort, you know what I mean? And it's really Lex that really put the battery in my back, because I'm not really like super like trying to be in front of the camera and all that extra shit. And he's like, Lex like, yo, Kino, you a star, bro. You're KinoBeats, bro. And I'm like, oh, Kino, I make some beats sometimes. And like no, nigga, you KinoBeats. Like, and I'm like, bro, all right, well, if I ain't gonna listen to nobody, maybe I should listen to Lex Luger, somebody I look at as the top producer of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that really came from Lex really putting the battery in my back for years, you know what I mean? And I was like, all right, you know what? You know, I got all these connections that I made, and I'm a type of person where I'm a social person. Like I'll speak with anybody and really just build and absorb different cultures. And I built so much with all these different places that it was just a matter of phone call. Like, hey, remember me? I came there and did XYZ with Lex or with OG Maco. And it was like, oh yeah, we remember you. You were cool. You know, come back. You know, we want you to do whatever. And from there, I started to build my own tours, and I built a Euro Asia tour that it started with 7 dates, and it went from 7 dates to 20 dates.
Damn.
Just in the summer. Like I end up I haven't been in America in a summer for the last like 3 years, and actually this will be the 4th year where it's no different, because I'm heading to Germany in July. So yeah, it's like that's how it's been like the last 3 or 4 years. I haven't done an American summer.
So the one coming up in July, is that going to be a long-term one too?
It's funny. I just got off the phone with one of my agents out there. It's like it wasn't supposed to be, but he was just like, yeah, July 5th you got this, but July 27th, I'm like, 27, bro.
Dang.
What the?
It's like 20 some
days.
days.
That's 20 days.
Right.
What we gonna do between them days? He's like, oh, don't worry, we got more things.
We'll
fill them up. So yeah, that's literally how it goes, bro. Like I'll plan for it to be like, I'll say, I just go for a few days or it'll be like a week or two. And then next thing you know, I get out there and it'll work. And that's why me and OG Maco, we got such a crazy rapport because with Maco, it's the same thing. Like Maco would be like, hey bro, I got 2 shows, let's go. And I'm like, all right, hold on, let me make a call or 2. All right, hey bro, it's 5 more shows added. You know what I mean? Like we done been, like we just left Japan. Like we were just in Japan 2 weeks ago. We were in the airport and I called my guy from One Oak. I'm like, hey bro, we're going to Tokyo. What's up? He like, oh, you coming to Tokyo? Okay, I book you in One Oak in 2 days. And next thing you know, flyer is up. Like so people hit me up like, yo, bro, I didn't know you was. I'm like, bro, I didn't know either. Yeah. I just called and they said, boom, we got the money ready for you. All you got to do is da-da-da-da. And all right, cool, I'm there.
That's definitely like you said, like building relationships, showing face.
Bro, relationships is everything, bro. Like, for real. It's all about the relationships, bro. And I feel like for me, I done played both sides of the fence. So that's why it's so cool for me, because like I done been there 19, 20 years old, like with my flash drive, like trying to find the manager at the club to give the flash drive to the manager. Now I'm the manager that they're giving the flash drive to. So it's like, yo, I just played that game, but, stayed the same the whole way through it. So it's like those same people I can still approach because it's like, yo, remember when I gave you a da-da-da-da? Those people are coming asking for the same thing in reverse. You know what I mean? So it's just the relationships is everything. Like it's a marathon. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Fact. So what about while you're out there, like you also picking up like other bags, like selling beats and stuff too?
Yeah, exactly. Like, of course, like it's always studio sessions to go in and sell beats, producer classes. Like we did the music producer convention in Paris. That was like a real big deal. I know Pops was out there. Mike,
we want to talk about that too.
Yeah, that was an amazing event, super amazing. But yeah, between selling beats, appearance is like nightclubs and shit, like walkthroughs, like a bunch of shit that I wouldn't never even, bro. I'm traditionally a bedroom producer, you know what I mean? Like in Virginia, like I got a studio in Virginia and we work out of the studio, but traditionally if I could sit home and just make the beats all day and just send you the beats and then you know what I mean? I come to the studio, you lay your vocals, and then I come to the studio and I mix the vocals up and I get it right. You know what I mean? Or I like to work with people that I like to work with. That's my vibe. I'm not really on the scene. Like that was my original feeling, but being on the scene like really changes a lot because it brings more money. Like it's just part of the game.
Was that a weird transition going from being like a bedroom producer to being like in the limelight? Like what was that transition like?
It in a sense, it kind of came naturally, you know what I mean? Because as I say it, like when I say a bedroom producer is like what I prefer to do, but then it kind of clicked like, yo, you kind of been doing the same shit. You kind of been doing this the whole time because I say bedroom producer, but I really mean like in my comfort zone of being in my studio, in my room. You know what I mean? Right. Like you come to my studio. I'm not, why am I coming to your studio? You got 30 motherfuckers around and all this extra shit. No, bro, just come to my studio. You know what I mean? But then once it just clicked to me like, all right, well, you're doing the same thing. It's the same as that thing. You just probably in different environments. Then it's just like, all right, it ain't really no big deal to it. You know what I mean? It's part of the game. And then that's when the competitive nature come in. Like, shit, all these motherfuckers around. Like, everybody head and here got a nod. You know what I mean? And it do a lot of times make for the best music. Yeah.
So, we know you got some major credits like, you work with Pharrell, Wiz, A$AP Rocky. Give me some more. I know I'm missing some.
Yeah,
Juelz Santana, right?
Juelz, hell yeah.
That was a big one for me. Jeezy, Lil Yachty. Actually, it should be dropping a record soon. The video soon. Evander Grimm and Lil Yachty. Shot by Cam Kirk. Sauce Twins, Sauce Walker, and them. A lot of different folks. But yeah, I feel like that was another reason why I moved to Atlanta. And I just moved to Atlanta like a month or two ago because I feel like producer-wise, I took like a break, like an inadvertent break. You know what I mean? For the last like 2 or 3 years, I've just been solely focused on DJing and booking more gigs and booking gigs for other people and just doing these different things internationally. And it kind of fucked up, my original energy, which is KinoBeats. Not like I never like anytime somebody like put a flyer and say, "Oh, we got DJ Kino." No, no, it's just KinoBeats. You know what I mean? That's the original energy. And I feel like I got to a point where I was kind of fed up because like the record I produced for A$AP Rocky and Pharrell, that record was leaked. You know what I mean? After I was told it was supposed to be for the album, and then it went from being for the album to being for the movie. Then it went from being for the movie to being leaked.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Then I did a record with Jeezy. The record for Jeezy was supposed to be the single for his album. Then it ends up on the mixtape doing the mix. You know what I mean? And after like these happen time after time, I'm like, damn, I done produced with all these people I would have dreamed to produce for, but these records, they're not sitting where I need them to sit. Yeah. Fuck all this shit. You know what I mean? And, I had the opportunity internationally, and I'm like, you know what? Let me focus my energy onto this. And then I started to work with like huge international acts like Higher Brothers, which I call them the Migos of China, but they're like the fucking Beatles of China. Higher Brothers.
Heard of them, yeah.
Oh man, Higher Brothers they're the shit. You know what I mean? Higher Brothers is the biggest rap artist in China right now. Like, but working with them, big Italian artists like La Young and just huge Italian artists, huge Spanish artists, and just focusing on that market because it's like, the energy is a lot more authentic. It's not a hurry up and wait game like the American hip hop scene.
What do you mean hurry up and wait?
You produced a record for somebody and it's like, yo, you got a placement. It's like, oh, word, that's what's up. It's lit. And you wait.
Oh, okay.
And you wait and you wait and you wait. I produced for so many fucking people that the world will probably never know about because I done waited. I got the songs in my email. I got the songs on my hard drive. And it's coming out on this. It's coming out. It's the hurry up and wait game. You know what I mean? And then I bet tomorrow, if you do the biggest single, then everybody starts to roll out.
Right.
It's a hurry up and wait game. So I kind of got fed up with that game, but after doing, doing the travels and doing all these other things, I kind of shifted my focus back to the hurry up and wait game and said, all right, I got time to wait now. Now I can wait. So now let's play. So now I'm back on my producer grind.
but why come back to the hurry up and wait game? Like when you said you got all those songs in your email, the first thing I thought of, why don't you drop them yourself?
Because of clearance issues. Because that was the number one thing like I've been trying to do like with so many things. It's just like it's not even worth it. Like I did before. I ain't even going to talk about the specific song, but I have before, and then I got so much, yo, blah 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 blah. But you know what I mean? So it's like you get a lot of drama. It's more, it does you more harm than good when you take a song and you just throw it out. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it. As a producer, you might feel like, man, I need to get this out. But bro, if the artist or the label that the artist is working with is not involved or fucking with what's going on with it, bro, don't do it. You're gonna play yourself and you're gonna blackball yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what you don't want to do. So that's why it's just like, all right, well, I just gotta sit on it and wait till that time comes around or that connection comes around. It's like, hey, bro, we got this record we need to do whatever with. And then the other thing is, DJing these places and going to all these places, that's good and that's great. But, come a time, you want the hardware. Some pictures overseas is good, but you want the hardware. You need the gold. You need the platinum. You need the plaques. You know what I mean? You don't want to be 60 and be like, oh yeah, I used to Paris. I used to go out there and
I mean, shoot, if the money, so what if the money, obviously touring, the highest paid DJs are like the EDM producer nonstop.
Right.
So I mean, what's a black when you making all the money at DJing? Like
Right. But it's a balance though, because at the end of the day, even like with them, now you're talking about a whole different tier, you know what I mean, with the EDM guys. But at the same time, even for them, you see they still work on projects too. True. And they still work on records because at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if they give you $100,000 or $1 million to DJ that one gig. After that gig, the gig is over.
They want something new.
Yeah, not only do they want something new, but you get home and you start spending and you start doing X, Y, Z, and it's like, bro, okay. With that record, once that record is there, that record, you know what I mean?
It's always gonna keep
Come on. That check keeps on coming. So DJing is like, it's great, you know what I mean? You could get good money doing it, but shit, after you get back home off a tour, like me personally, I'm just always a what's next person. So it's like, all right, yeah. Like, I'll be talking to Maco will be like, bro, we just da-da-da-da, bro, you good, bro? No, bro, what's next?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because shit, you could, I mean, it just is what it is. You know, when you, it's different. Like, and like I talked to all my producer friends about the same shit, and they're like, "Damn, bro, man, you going all them places, man, it's lit." And I'm like, "Bro, you got a song on the radio, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Like, in 2-3 months, you finna get this check. 3 months later, you finna get this check. These 3 months, you gotta get this check. You gotta get fuck this little shit. This shit, once it's spent, I gotta go back out there and recoup. You know what I mean? Like, your shit is gonna come. You can sit on your couch and play 2K. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for real. So that's really how that go.
But now you got an advantage too. So now that you're back working, once those songs do start hitting, you got that pipeline where the producers, they can't just call and get a tour in China and Japan. Now you can go collect the bag that comes with the hype from the song and all that.
And that's really the whole method to the madness. That's really the method to the madness. For years I've been supposed to like come down to Atlanta and just kind of be in the energy. And I didn't feel that the time was right. And I feel like now is the perfect time. And I said I didn't want to tour at all this year. I said the only thing I want to do is producer work. Like, I just wanted to stay in the studio. Like, I shut down my phone for everything. Like I said, I only want to get back to it. Like, that's my only goal this year. Excuse me. And then I got the phone call about going to Japan. And I said, I had to go to Japan. He was like, I gotta go to Japan.
Gotta pick that bag
up. I ain't been to Japan. It was something I had to do.
Oh, you never been there yet?
Nah. After all this, like, I've been to about 20 cities in China, but I never went to Japan. Never went to Japan. So once I got the call about Japan and Korea, I had to do that one.
So what about, no, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you a question. So when you working with these artists in like Asia, shit like that, and they speak a different language, so when y'all get in the studio, how you make sure they're not saying some bullshit or how
ask, bro. I ask. And that's why I think a lot of them fuck with me, because the thing about it is, bro, like, and naturally, bro, I'm Jamaican, bro. I was born in Jamaica. And Americans are assholes, bro. A lot of Americans are assholes. And that really be the issue. So when I get to build with them, it's like a different type of energy, because a lot of Americans are, man, look at that ching chong chong, what the fuck are they saying? And it's just like, yo, bro, like, you in they city, bro. You can't just and some of these, bro, I'm talking about Europeans, some of the Europeans and some of the Asians, bro, these are the best. Up to now, bro, I got people I know my whole life, bro. If I call them and ask them for something, nothing. If I call my friends from over there, bro, they would cut their arm off and be like, here, bro, take my arm. You feel what I'm saying? So like, that's always my energy, bro. Like, I might have somebody that I know out there that's like, yo, or I just ask them, like, bro, what are you saying, bro? Like, I like the vibe of the song, because the energy is the same, bro. Like, they vibe off the energy. So it's like, you're hearing it and da-da-da-da-da-da, you're like, oh shit, this shit riding. But what are you saying? And they'll come and they'll be like, okay, I say, but this really means da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And then I might have my homie with me that's from there that'll help translate at the same time. And when they're saying, they're like, yeah, bro, he's saying, you're like, trust me, bro. He's going crazy. And I'm like, all right, I feel it. You can feel it in your gut, bro. Music don't change, bro. It doesn't change, bro.
My sisters, they love, I don't know who these dudes are, but I was like, not BTS or something in Korea. It's these Korean dudes. Bro, their trap beats, their music is
so hard.
I don't even know. I don't know not one word they're saying. Sometimes they'll bounce from Korean to English and then bounce back. I'm like, but then they got the whole dance moves. Like, they got everything going.
They got so much energy, man. So much spirit, bro. It's like, it's crazy, bro. For real.
It's like Backstreet Boys dancing and then Migos mixed together with the vibe. Like, they just put on a full performance.
Which would call it, the average person over there, would you say they listen to more American music or more there, or like?
All right. It depends on where you're at, because a lot of everybody in the world listens to American hip hop. Everybody. And like, it's sometimes when they'll play something, and that's why I always tell people, like, bro, just run your race, because they'll play me something and I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's Lil JJ. You don't know Lil JJ? I'm like, nah. And they'll pull up the SoundCloud and it'll be somebody with 800 plays, bro, or 400 plays. But the song would be hard as fuck. And it'd be somebody in Kentucky or Alabama, and I'm like, bro, how did you find this?
It was probably on Lil Nas way before.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It'd be shit you would never imagine, bro. And then it made me think, like, you ever watch like certain things online and you'll see like somebody a comment and be like showing love from Belgium or whatever. Like these are real people, bro. Right. They're really fans of the music and they're playing this shit every fucking day, bro.
Yeah, you don't really think about it like that.
Yeah, you never really think about it, but it'd be people that's like that. They're really fans of the music more so than I think we are a lot of times. You know what I mean? But you have like French culture, which with France they have the #2 hip hop scene in the world, and France is crazy because in France they actually listen to their own shit. They're like, out of all the places I go to, I feel like out of everybody, they listen to more of their own shit than anybody else in the world. So you'll see a car ride by and it's nothing, it's French, but you know, they got Grajor, they got Booba, they got huge artists, bro, that if you Google Ninska, if you Google these guys, bro, like they have more views. Like if I show them somebody that's popping from here, they'll look and be like, oh, 100,000 views? Okay. Sure. What is 100,000? Like their artists get 2, 3, 4, 5 million in a few days' time, bro. Like their scene is booming. And then their producers, a lot of my homies like Pyro Man, Chapo, like a lot of their producers produce for a lot of American artists too because of the fashion culture. So now you have like A$AP Rocky, Playboy Cardi. Right now as we speak, I know Gunna is over there. My boy just called me yesterday, said, Trippie Redd just landed. Trippie Redd's out there. All these guys. And they're working with all the different French producers and stuff that's out there. So they're like killing it. That's why I love their scene because they have a top placement in America and a top placement in France at the same time. And millions of views both ways. So it's really crazy, man. The world is big, bro. The world is not small. Don't let nobody tell you that lie. The world is big.
I wanted to ask why you said now was the time where you're back in Atlanta, you want to work on music. Why now?
I feel like I got in like a certain space where, like I said, like I felt for years, I always felt like, man, I'm aspiring to do this, aspiring to do that. And I finally got to a point where I was just kind of owning the shit that I did. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it was more so a personal thing more than anything. You know what I mean? Because I started to realize, like, damn, like some of these people that I call like my friends and my peers are like, they who I would years ago, like we were just talking about Sunny Digital Studio earlier, like years ago before starting, I'd be like, damn, man, Sunny Digital, that's crazy. That's somebody, like Sunny just came to the crib like 2-3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like these different Young Chop, like that's somebody I could text, yo, Chop, what, you know what I mean? Yeah. These different people, like, it's like I'm texting and getting a response back immediately. Like we chopping it up, we kicking it. It's like, yo, okay, well, maybe it's time. You know what I'm saying? Like before it's like, damn, like I'm trying to get to, you know, these different places, but it's like the Lex Luger comes, you know, it's all these different, like, not to say that, you know, you necessarily need these different people to prove that you're at that point, but it's just kind of something you just can't ignore. Like, all right, yeah, maybe, you know, you got to believe in your own self and realize like, yo, all right, now it's time, you know what I mean? And I just felt it, you know. Last time I went overseas, I spent 4 months in Italy. Between Italy and a few other places. And spending that time, I realized like, yo, I could do anything I want here at this point. Like I've really I got to like really hone their market. And I said, there's only one thing missing, and that's these American records. And I'm like, in order to really nail these records, I need to be in the heart of this shit. And that's what it is. Like coming back to the source of everything, you know what I mean? I could go to Virginia, of course, but it's still like I have to be in where the scene is at. And it's simple things like I'm in Atlanta now and I'm walking through the mall and dude stopped me. Yo, what's up, bro? Damn, Kino, I ain't seen you in a minute. Man, you been gone, man. I didn't even get to send you the record we did. And I'm like, what record? Man, it's a record, man. Rest in peace, God bless the dead. But it's a record we did. Man, it's me, Bankroll Fresh, and Tracy T, bro. Like, Tracy, Bankroll Fresh had it on his hard drive, man. I gotta get it to you. Bro, how the fuck? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch of those different situations that if I'm not in this city, they out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the people that keep up with what I'm doing is people that's tuned into my social media. So if you're not tuned into my Instagram or my Twitter or whatever the case may be, you have no idea what's going on until somebody say, oh yeah, you don't know him. That's him that be doing that, you know? So now it's the time to come on the Producergrind Podcast and, you know, shake the hands, kiss the babies, and really be in the mix. Like, all of that.
Billboards are going up.
Yeah, billboards are going up in the city. Yes, sir. I got a billboard on Peachtree and 8th Street in, what's that, Midtown, downtown, whatever the hell that is. But Peachtree and 8th Street, got a billboard in North Drew Hills. I'm campaigning, man. I got the Work As Usual project I'm about to drop. And basically, like I was just telling my partner, like I'm treating myself as a new producer. Like, fuck all the other placements that's years ago. It's about what you got going on now. So I'm treating myself as a brand new producer. You know what I mean? I'm working the scene from the bottom up. So for my project, like I'm working with a lot of like ATLs, like just underground street guys that I always felt like should have been bigger than what they are. Like I got, of course, Maco's on the project. I got Madman Savage on the project. Tracy T, 550 Paper Trail, Runway Richie, Young Dro, Rico Reckless, just a lot of underground cats, and I just putting that out there. Like that's my first, just kind of like my introduction to Atlanta. I'm gonna drop that, and then I'm just dropping periodic singles and just campaigning, bro. Like that's the whole wave right now.
Sounds like you're a producer that's not afraid to work with what you got.
Yeah, exactly. Got to, man. You can't wait, bro. Ain't nobody. Yo, so I just seen somebody say opportunities don't have legs, bro. Opportunities is not gonna walk to you, bro. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta go out and grab it, bro. And it's crazy how I do it. Like I feel like I'm someone that's able to work so much more with less, you know what I mean? Because even with whatever I got, bro, I know how to go and get a check for it, you know? And that's a whole different level of education that a lot of people don't understand, bro. Like people don't like these people that have the money to give us, and that's why I love the idea of a producer union. But the people that have the money to give to the producers, they're not looking at the names or they're not looking at, you know what I mean, whatever, like, you working with so-and-so, that person fell off, or da-da-da-da-da. No, what they're looking at is, okay, who is this person? Oh, okay, they have this music video with 50 million plays, or it's 100 million plays here, or it's however many million plays. Oh, we could probably monetize this. So since we can monetize this, we're going to give you this amount of money because we believe that what you're working on can be monetized in somehow or some fashion.
And what do you mean? Who are these people that you're talking about?
It's people you got to meet.
Like what? Like label people?
Like distribution companies, marketing execs. Really, the thing about it is South by Southwest, A3C, and any of these conferences. I just recommend to people to go there and just shake hands, bro. Don't stop looking at the chains. The people with the chains a lot of times don't have the money. It's the people without the chains that have the bag, and they're trying to meet new producers. So a lot of times, like, that's really what it is, meeting people that work for these different companies and just like building the actual relationships with these people to get these different campaigns out the ground. Yeah.
Real shit.
Yes, sir.
Well, shoot, I want to take it back to where does all this begin? How did you even start all this? Like, when did you get into producing? When did you get the idea of DJ? Well, we talked a little bit about DJing, but I just want to know, like, where does this all begin? Was this your original goal? Like
I said, like my original goal, which is why like I'm back to what I'm doing now on the grind, is my original goal is KinoBeats, the producer. You know what I mean? So I started as a producer from middle school. Like I never worked a job. You know what I mean? I'm 28 years old now. I've never worked a job. I've always produced, always done music full time. I started, recording in the crib. Everybody came to my house after school and they did their projects there and moved forward from there. I met Jay Bray, which is my partner up to today, and me and Jay Bray, we worked for years and we have a studio in Norfolk, Virginia, which is home to thousands of artists from the area. So up to now, I have 4,000 like 757 artists in my contacts, and they all came to us to record. So that's what we were doing for years. And like I said, fast forward from that, doing that for years, I met with Lex, and me and Lex Luger started to build. And then I had the epiphany about DJing, which is something I never considered, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at me starting to DJ just like people using Fruity Loops and people using loops, period, now. Because when I started to DJ, I came in, I said, you know what? I could use the controller because it got pads on it. It's just like producing. It's simple. And every DJ in my city told me, no, bro, you're not a real DJ if you do that, bro. You got to use vinyl. And I'm like, yo, I remember when I first started doing beats and everybody with the MPCs and the Triton told me I'm not a real producer for using Fruity Loops. Yeah. And now the radio is dominated by Fruity Loops. So I'm pretty sure that technology is going to have it that these controllers is going to be the next wave. You feel what I'm saying? So I learned how to DJ with that. And then now I'm to the point where, of course, I could use the CDJs and I rock out with that. But I started DJing with a controller and, we just started, touring from there. And it just, like I said, it went on from there.
Back up a little bit. How did you link up with Lex?
Yeah, like I said, my just working in my city. Like nothing ever beats being you in your city, like having a strong base in your city. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And just from me having a strong base in my city, it was just natural. Like my boy called me one day. It was like, yo, pull up to the studio. Lex over here. You want to meet you? I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? Pulled up to the studio. My boy Lex was there. Raja was there. We was at a studio called JDM Studio at the time. And we just pulled up and started working on beats that night. I'm like, oh shit, making beats with Lex Luger. It's all right. You know what I mean? And me and him built the rapport and like, that's my dog. You know what I mean? Like, that's my brother. So we like, it's really as simple as that. But my biggest thing too, like if I could just throw a gem out there, I feel like a lot of times people have like these entitlements and they feel like that they're doing something that's so good that people should just fuck with them just cause. And I feel like the number one thing you could do for anybody is make them money, bro. If you bring money to the table, then, it just builds stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just a sidebar because like, I think about like me first working with like a Sunny Digital, right? Like Sunny Digital, I seen that Sunny Digital was in my city. So the first thing I did, instead of reaching out to Sunny, which I was cool with his manager at the time, instead of reaching out to Sunny, I said, yo, how can I help this guy while he here? You know what I mean? I'm a fan of his, but I'm not, yo, bro, I love your music, let's hang. No, bro, you feel what I'm saying? All right, let me see who in the city, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. Hey, Sonny, I got these dudes that's trying to buy some beats. Oh, shit, that's what's up, bro. Goddamn, pull up. You know what I mean? Pull up. They spent a couple bands with Sonny. Now it's like, okay, I trust you. You know what I mean? Next conversation, yo, bro, I got my peoples out in China. You ever been to China before? Yo, my peoples want to book you for a show in Shanghai, China. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come do that. You know what I mean? Like, and then while you're doing that and you're building a business relationship, then you say, oh, bro, you actually cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now we partners. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, everybody is on the grind. Everybody's trying to do what they're trying to do. Like, so if you're not bringing nothing to the table, then you can't sit. Like, what is your point at the table if you ain't bringing nothing to it? Like, we don't need no new friends. We grown. People got kids at this point. Like, nigga don't really need no new friends.
Just to hang out.
Yeah, like, like, we can hang after we get some business done. You know what I mean? So that's the big thing. Like, a lot of folks like always fuck up on like folks that just hit you up on DM like, hey, bro, let's work.
Right.
For what? You know what I mean? What are we working for?
Right.
Like, what do you bring something to the table first? And you know what I mean? Like, I just had a dude just hit me like, yo, I'm gonna pay you to do a collab. All right, cool. He paid me for the collab. His shit was fire as fuck. he sent me like 7 different joints. He's like, yo, pick from the 7. I ended up doing 5 out of the 7. I was only supposed to do 1, but shits was hard. So it's like sometimes where you got to put the money where your mouth is, bro, and then you could build relationships that last, because out of them tracks, I'm going to shop them out, and they could be something. You feel what I'm saying? So
preach, man.
Yeah,
those are investments, not no.
Yeah,
I'll re-upload your shit to Instagram.
I'll write your name in the description.
Right,
upload to our website. We'll 5,000 promo pack. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Like nah, man. Make real investments with real people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like actual people. Like that's the name of the game for real.
Nah, that's real shit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Virginia, because I always hear a lot about the greats of Virginia. I know about you and Lex. I know about Pharrell, but I'm kind of really I'm not really in tune with the history and all that going on.
Virginia, it's just like Pharrell said, it's something in the water, man. Like I feel like we honed this shit for real, but there's never been like a big enough platform for people to see how big Virginia really is, and that's been a thing. And I feel like we've been trying to do this for years, but without it to work on a political level, it won't work as it's supposed to. And when I say that, I mean as far as we don't have any sport teams in Virginia. There's not an NFL team. There's not an NBA team. There's not a what did I leave? MLB. There's none. There's
nothing really going on.
Yeah, there's no major sport team. And people, like, every time I say that, people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, all right, you gotta think about the fact that if LeBron James is in your city, you have an excuse for this other big name to come to your city because they want to see LeBron James. Now, if that big name is in your city, then somebody is going to pay them for the after party for the club. Now, somebody paying for the after party, then you might have somebody pay for a feature, and then it just keeps on. Or that big name comes to the club and he sees so-and-so performing and he says, I like them. You know what I mean? Those, they don't happen in Virginia. It's just us. It's just us on us. But what happens is a lot of times, like, us trying to seek that next level, we have to leave our hometown to make it, bigger than life. And then upon leaving, it kind of get lost in the mix because you have so many people that think Lex Luger is from Atlanta. It's so many people that think Young Land is from Atlanta.
Facts.
Young Land is a Virginia nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Land. Shout out to Traumatone, my brother. Like, Traumatone is from Virginia.
Yeah. Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm like. You got 808 Ray, Grammy nominated. He's from Virginia. You got Lee Major. He's from Virginia. Like, you got a lot of these producers that come from Virginia, bro. But at the end of the day, what Virginia rap artists do you know?
I can't think.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got a lot of them. We have a whole lot of them. But it's just it's not a big platform. So that's like what we try to create. And it's like a lot of people in Virginia do have give a lot of flack to the people that move forward in their careers as the Timberlands and Pharrells, because they're like, man, y'all don't show no love to us. They say that all the time, but it's like it's kind of hard because you can't show love while you're there. I can't give you nothing that I don't have. I got to go out and grab it and then bring it back. You know what I mean? So, it was inspiring. I don't know if, people are familiar with, like, Pharrell doing the Something in the Water Festival. Like, that was inspiring. Oh, yeah, Something in the Water Festival. He basically brought out Migos, Lil Uzi Vert. I was out there with Cap G, my guy. Snoop Dogg was there, Lil Duval, Teddy Riley, Pusha T, of course, performed. Diddy's sons, Trinidad James was out there. Man, everybody, bro, he brought everybody to Virginia Beach. You know what I mean? Like, he brought them straight to our ocean front, and it's a place where we always have casualties every year when they have these events at the beach. There was no casualties, no anything. So that was an amazing just effort to bring something major light to our area. And then, yeah, bro, it's like there's a scene there. There's definitely a scene in Virginia. There's definitely a lot of people that's coming up. And if you tune into my Work as Usual project, you'll get to catch some of the Virginia artists that's working.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what it is, man. Just the platform, man. Really creating a platform for them to really grow.
Real spread out, too, because you said it's 7 cities, right?
Yeah, like, my area is the 7 Cities, Hampton Roads. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, so you said, like, 7 Cs?
7 cities.
Oh, okay.
7 cities. So we go by the 757. But But even like some of these guys that I know that I named is kind of weird because like Young Land is from Richmond. That's the 804. He's not part of the 7 cities. That's an hour and a half from us. You know what I mean? We're still connected, but it's like the way Virginia is set up, it's like a lot of division in Virginia because people will say Virginia and they'll scream DMV, but we're not DMV. You know what I mean? Like DMV is DC, Maryland, Northern Virginia. We're 757. We're south of Virginia. Like we're the southern side, you know? So we got like our own campaign. And when it comes to our area, like, yeah, as far as representatives, like me and Lex represent that 757 area. Just as I look for in the 804, I look at Land representing that area. My dog Traumatone, he's from Charlottesville. That's 434. That's a whole nother area code. You know what I mean? I got people I grew up with my whole life. They can't even tell you where Charlottesville is at. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when we leave out and we go to these different places, Virginia is what we represent. You know what I mean? And yeah, something in the water. Like we do this shit for real. It's like we do it because we don't have no choice to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like ain't shit else to do. We finna goddamn. It's just like Pusha say, like ain't shit to do but cook. I'm from Virginia. Ain't shit to do but cook. Like either you gonna cook crack or cook some beats. Like what you finna do? You know what I mean? And you know we did the beats and it worked out. So
if you're a young producer in Virginia, what do you do?
Man, they spoiled, bro. I ain't even gonna say they. I'm gonna say a part of me as well because we got the internet, bro. So ain't even no excuses, bro. Like I caught a lot of placements off of the internet, bro. This is the power of the internet. You know what I mean? You utilize real life. You utilize the internet. You make real sacrifices. And yeah, bro. Like. That's the number one thing. Make sacrifices. If I could drop a gem or anything, I say make sacrifices because that's what a lot of folks is scared to make sacrifices. Like they say they want to make it, but nobody wants to make a sacrifice to make it. Get what I'm saying? I got stories for days, bro. So stop me when I'm talking too much.
No, you good.
But I'd say like within like the first year of meeting Luger. We got them. He tells me about Fool's Gold, a show in Atlanta, and I'm like, damn, man, I want to go to this show, man, but I just I was in school at the time. I was at Norfolk State University, and I was paying my shit out of pocket. Like I'm not paying no Sally Mae. Like I paid all my shit out of pocket, and I just paid that. I just bought a bunch of studio equipment. I just bought a bunch of shit, and I'm like, man, I don't know, man. This trip is gonna be a bitch, but I gotta show this guy that I'm serious. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go. And I went down there, and it was a sacrifice at the time because I'm like, man, I'm really slick fucked up, bro. And I'm hitting people, yo, come with me to Atlanta. Come to me Atlanta. Nobody wants to go. Nobody want to go. I'm like, fuck it. All right. Like, not even want to go. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, we gonna go, bro. We gonna go out there, man. We gonna throw money in the strip club. We go, All right, bro, you ready? Man, you know I can't eat. All right. Bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and that's what niggas always do. So I end up going down there and meeting Lex, like, yo, bro, I told you I was gonna pop out, bro. And that show, bro, is fucking, it's Lex, it's Southside, it's Sunny, it's Metro Boomin, it's TM88, it's Young Thug, it's Travis Scott on this before I even met Maco, but it's Travis Scott and OG Maco performing together. T.I., man, it's everybody in the game, bro, right there, bro. And I feel like that was like a pivotal moment to just show me like, one, this is a good market to be in, because these are all people that's running the industry right now. And then it also, I think it kind of proved to bro at the time, like, yo, this guy's actually serious about trying to work. You know what I mean? And like I said, like I'm sitting there like, all right, man, maybe if I put this card in, maybe I could get some money out this machine, but I don't know. You know what I mean? And I made it back with that. And just from me being out there, it ran up the sales at the time for beats and some other shit going on. And then everything just kind of, you know, spiraled from there. So it's like, it's those real life sacrifices. If you sit at home and you like, man, I ain't gonna take this trip, man. Only got $500, man. I ain't gonna take this trip. But then you take out of the 500, you take 300 and you buy some Yeezys, and then you take the other 200 and you bullshit and buy weed and fucking whatever. It's like, bro, you should have took your last 500 and put that shit towards yourself and invested in yourself. You know what I mean? Go buy a fucking Producergrind loop kit or something. For real. Like, you know, that be the shit, man. You gotta invest in yourself, man. You gotta make a real sacrifice, bro. If you don't make no sacrifice, you ain't gonna get it. Or if you might get it on some lucky shit, but it ain't gonna last, so you ain't gonna know what to do with it. You know?
Gems, man.
Real for real.
Let them know where they go follow you, bro.
Man, at KinoBeats, 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 everything. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever the fuck you use.
LinkedIn. Got a LinkedIn, bro?
Yeah, I got a LinkedIn. I went to school, man. I got damn.
Right.
They look, this shit's so crazy in school. They said LinkedIn was gonna be the next shit. And if you look at LinkedIn right now, bro, you might want to be on LinkedIn, bro. For real. Like, that's true. Earlier you asked where you find the money at. It be them places, bro. Because you get to go to LinkedIn and you could go and look at Atlantic Records or Universal or all these different sites, and you get to see somebody is Julia Gregg, whatever the fuck, a random name, and you'll see on their LinkedIn, it'll say financial manager at Atlantic Records or fucking head of A&R at so-and-so. They use LinkedIn, and they use that shit more than Instagram. And if you get on there and you write them a message, you might get a response. Jim.
More Jim.
I'm saying, I know some stuff, man. I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Work with what you got.
That's it, man. Work with what you got.
When's the album coming?
No date. I was gonna drop it in May, but I've been talking with this distribution company and trying to make things bigger than life. So it's definitely coming this summer. I'm just adding more stuff to it and, you know, being a producer and changing random shit for no apparent reason. So it's like, changing out snare drums and shit.
Only because you listen to it.
I don't like this snare. Why would I use this?
Because you listen to it too much.
Yeah, listen to it way too goddamn much. So I'm just gonna end up just putting it out anyway and just, you know what I mean? Because I got so much other stuff brewing, but yeah, that's coming this summer for sure though.
What type of project is it? Is it a project you produce with a bunch of artists on it, or?
Yeah, it's a compilation. It's a compilation with a bunch of different artists. That's really the problem, because as I got back into my producer bag this year and really like made the focus, I swear, like every week or two, I'm like, oh shit, this is my new sound. Now this my new sound. You know what I mean? So then every time it's like I'm making new sounds, I go back and I listen to the project. I'm like, I don't even make beats like that no more. I don't like, you know what I mean? So it's just me being in my own head. It's part of that, and then part of me wanting to find the best home for it, because like I said, I've been speaking with this distribution company to really try to make things bigger than life. But the original terms, of the terms they gave me, I wasn't really too fond of. So I'm just waiting for them to agree to my terms. And if they do, then we're gonna do it that way. And if they don't, then I'm gonna do it my way. So yeah.
Before you get out of here, I had a question. I seen a video you was talking about reworking beats, reworking songs.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, do you think that, or first explain what it is, and then second, do you think that's a lost form of promotion in 2019?
Yeah, that's crazy, because that was something random I did like 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, reworks are dope though. Reworks are dope. It's for popular songs.
So explain to him what a rework is.
Yeah, well, the first one I did was like Levels, Meek Mill Levels. The song Meek Mill had Levels out, and I put my own beat to the acapella. But I feel like it's dope for two reasons. One, because DJs matter of fact, DJ Greg Street reached out to me about that Levels one. It's just like, yo, I'm about to start playing this version in the club. So it was good because it just forces clicks. And I feel like it's something good, especially in this day and age, because people just are click heavy. If they see something that they're familiar with, they're gonna click. You know what I mean? So that was lit, and I feel like it's kind of hard to tell somebody, yo, listen to my beat. It's like, okay, why? You know what I mean? But if you're like, hey, listen to this song that you love so much, except the beat is different. You know, if the beat is hard, they're gonna be like, yo, who the fuck made this beat? We gotta get in tune with this person. So I haven't done it like I said, I haven't done it in a while. It was something that I kind of tamper with, which I probably should do a lot more because it's not a bad thing to do.
Mm.
It really is not a bad thing. I've always garnered like great responses from it. And I had people like I didn't realize it was actually a thing until I like started having a lot of people like hit me up like, yo, bro, I heard that rework you did, bro. That was dope. And I'm like, I just made the beat and was like, oh shit, you know, this kind of sounds like this song. And just dragged the acapella on top of it and it went. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I build to the acapella when I did it, but sometimes I just drag the acapella on top of it and it flows. So, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cool little Jim.
Yeah, look.
I had to get that one in. I was like, a rework. I was like, let me see what this.
Yeah.
Let me see what this is about.
And really, it was a play on my theme as far as work as usual. So instead of it being like a remix, it's a rework. You know what I mean? Yeah,
okay.
So that was the whole thing. But you kind of made me think like I should probably bring that back and do that more. That'd be hard.
Another dope episode in the books, man.
All right, we out of here.
Peace, y'all.
Yes, sir. KinoBeats.
Yes,
Signing
sir.
out.